everybody having a good weekend thus far? I think I gave you an extra one. Can I have that one back? Thank you. Please look at the top of today's lesson. Our theme today is, of course, American Literature class, where it says student name, put your name. Today we're going to earn a total of 40 points. Our objective for today, students will be able to compose a poetic response to Maya Angelou's poem, Phenomenal Woman. Has anyone read that poem before?
No.
Excellent. It's always good to use something new. In order to demonstrate the comprehension of the text and poetic structure. What is special about the month of March? Last month, February, we studied Black History Month for what's March? Women's History. So that's why I chose the poet and the author, Maya Angelou. Before we look at some of her books, can anyone tell me anything they know about Maya Angelou?
She was a civil rights leader.
Excellent. You know that from looking at the books, or you know that from experience? Excellent. Okay. What are some of the things you see in common with some of the book titles or pictures? Does she have anything in common with us?
She's African American.
African American, female. What else? What does she write?
Poems.
Poems.
Did she write books?
Mm-hmm.
Or a book?
Warm up. This is only going to take 8 minutes and it's worth 8 points. Brains. I gave you a picture of the brain. Did you know that certain parts of the brain control certain things?
Yes.
Yeah. So, for example, in the back of the brain, in the back of the head, that's where your vision is controlled. And as we move forward towards the eyes, we actually see the word speech. So that part of the brain controls our speech and the things that we say and do. So, and the reason why do you think I included this picture for brainstorming? Is anyone interested in a science career, medicine, nursing, doctor?
Not really.
We need you. Sometimes you're going to hear on TV when I talk about STEM careers. That stands for science, technology, engineering, and math. We need young ladies that look just like you to go into those careers because we don't have enough. And if younger children see you in those careers, they're going to get inspired and motivated to become a doctor, a scientist, a nurse, or something in that industry. But enough about science. Let's start brainstorming. How is the structure of a poem different from an essay? Think about how an essay looks and think about how a poem looks. How are they different?
Poem has, I think, a stem.
Brainstorming. So let's write about it. Then we're going to share.
Shoot.
What does this writing look like? Does it look like a poem or an essay? Okay, why? Why do you say essay? How does this writing look different from this writing? Paragraphs, very good. Poems do not have paragraphs. What are these groups of lines called?
Stems.
Stems or stanzas? Thoughts that have to be written in complete sentences. Very good. But in stanzas, they're written in lines. So today, by the end of class, you're going to write a group of lines. It's not going to look like this. It's not going to look like a paragraph. It's going to look like a group of lines. Do all poems have to rhyme?
No.
No. But for some reason, they have some type of pattern. So when we read them, you might hear a rhythm, you might hear a beat, but you don't necessarily have to include rhyming words or create a beat using those different words and those different styles. So even though Maya Angelou is an author, she's a poet, she's a professor, she was a professor, she passed away 2 years ago. You remember, to me, one of the best poets. And we're actually going to use your cell phones today to listen to a reading of the poem that we're going to analyze today. So let's look at some of our responses for our brainstorming. What did you write in your paper?
I wrote that essays is a lot of words and it's like a paragraph.
Very good. How is that different from a poem?
Because a poem is like, it's in the middle of the paper. It's not still on the left side of the paper. It's in the middle.
Okay, so you notice even the way a poem looks totally different from an essay. Very good. So stanzas, since they're not complete sentences, what do we call those groups of words in a stanza? These individuals are called what? Hey. Lines. Lines, okay? Now, if this was a song, what would we call each one of these lines? Begins with the L, Y.
Lyrics.
Very good, lyrics. And actually, a lot of songs are poems. They just put them to music, okay? Complete your brainstorming, and then we're going to get into activity 1. You're going to have to use your cell phones for activity 1. I want you to use your cell phone and go to dictionary.com. Using dictionary.com on your cell phones, define the following terms. Phenomenal. Before we even look it up, what do you think phenomenal means? Excellent. How about span? What's an example of something that might swarm around something else?
A snake.
A snake. Okay. Did anyone find phenomenal yet? Yasmin, you do span and you're going to do stride. Okay. What's the definition of stride?
Walk with long, decisive steps in a specified direction.
Okay. Walk with long, decisive steps in a specified. Yasmin, did you find span? And your last word is swarm. I think she got a long definition for span. What did you find out that span meant?
Is a message sent on the internet to a large number of
So can we say in general a span is a large group of something? Okay. Large group. And the example you gave was what, the internet? Okay. Messages. Okay, stride. Do you know anyone who likes to walk in here? What y'all gonna do if you don't have any money for the bus or can't get a ride and you're gonna have to walk 3 miles to school? Do you think you're gonna have a nice stride, or you're gonna be walking slow? You might run, jog. You're gonna pass. You're gonna miss that day.
Yeah, I'm not walking.
You're not walking. Back in the day, we had to do that.
Back in the day.
Back in the day. Walking to work. And a swarm. Think of a flying insect that swarms around a group of flowers. What are those insects called?
Bees.
Very good. Example for swarm is a group of bees around flowers. Excellent. You're going to see these words today in Maya Angelou's poem. So phenomenal, span, stride, and swarm. On the next page, activity 2. Directions. Could you read the directions for us, please?
Independently analyze
Very
the
good.
Maya Angelou poem Phenomenal Women in order to visualize
Excellent.
key points in the poem. Then listen to Maya Angelou recite
Recite.
the poem Now reread it and highlight the words or phrases that caught your attention.
Excellent. When we're reading, it's very important to read something 2 to 3 times. So I want you to read the poem independently to yourself. Then we're going to go on our cell phones and find a recording of it, of her reading it. Then you're going to go back and reread it. Okay, excellent. Now we'd like you to go on your cell phones, go to YouTube, type in listen. Is the password protected? Can y'all share? Type in YouTube and listen to Maya Angelou, Phenomenal Woman. Did it come up?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You just waiting for it to start? Go ahead and start it.
Yeah, I think I started.
It's going to take a minute. Now, I know traditionally we don't use the cell phones in the classroom, but I think it's important that you start using your cell phone as a research tool. Because later on in the semester, we're going to be writing research projects, and it's going to be much easier for you to pull out your phone and start looking up various topics and getting ideas for your papers. This recording is actually from Super Soul Sunday. Have you watched that? Oprah Winfrey's hosted. Okay, Oprah and Maya Angelou, super best friends. And Oprah took it really hard when she passed.
You was going to get me?
Technology. Would y'all like me to read it the way she would have read it?
No.
No? Y'all want to hear her voice?
Yeah, you can.
Okay, just follow along.
When I start to tell
Here
them,
we go.
they think I'm telling them.
Okay, let's press pause. Okay, now we have real live action. This is reality TV now. Phenomenal Woman. Pretty women wonder where my secret lies. I'm not cute or built to suit a fashion model size. But when I start to tell them, they think I'm telling lies. I say, is it the reach of my arms, the span of my hips, the stride of my step, the curl of my lips? I'm a woman. Phenomenal woman, that's me. I walk into a room just as cool as you please, and to a man the fellows stand or fall down to their knees. They swarm around me like a hive of honeybees. I say, is it the fire in my eyes and the flash of my teeth, the swing in my waist and the joy in my feet? I'm a woman, phenomenal woman, that's me. Men themselves have wondered what they see in me. They try so much, but they can't touch my inner mystery. When I try to show them, they say they still can't see. Because I'm a woman, phenomenal woman, that's me. When you first read the poem silently to yourself, what were some things that you visualized about her? Does she look in these books like a fashion model? Who do you consider to be like, who in your mind, when you hear the words fashion model or somebody popular and beautiful, who pops into your head?
Beyonce.
Okay, does she look like Beyonce?
No.
No, who else?
Tyra Banks.
Okay.
Diana Ross.
Okay. Might add like a big beautiful wig, a tight dress, some 5 or 6 inch heels and walk into a room. Do you think men are going to swarm around her?
If she did, yeah.
Okay, if she did all those things. But if she stayed looking like this, do you think men would be attracted to her? Some, but not like, do you think the majority? Or would they go, if Beyonce